Apple is already trading above my previous day 15 box this morning. If price holds above 306.10 as it is now, buyers may already be in control. Let's build the plan before the bell. What's good, my You Got Options family? It's TJ, and welcome back to the pre-market breakdown where we get locked in before the bell, so we already know the plan before most people even open their charts. Today, we're looking at Apple on the 15-minute chart, and price has already made a move. It's trading above the box right now, so my job isn't to wait for the break anymore, it's to wait for a confirmation that this move is real. All right, let's get to it. Here's what I'm saying. Apple closed Friday around 305.93, um, and has carried strength into pre-market this morning. Right now, price is sitting around 307.50. The top of the box is 306.10, and the bottom is 305.53, as we see here. That means price is already above a dollar above. This means the price is already. This is already moved above a dollar above the box. So this isn't test anymore. It's already broken through. So we see that it's broken. So now what we do? We sit here and wait for the retest before I can truly trust it. And this is all in pre-market. So we got to see what it does as soon as the market open. Um, if you're new here, let me quickly explain how I get my box, my PD15 box. It's real simple. We go to the last 15-minute candle from Friday. We mark the top and the bottom of that candle, that 15-minute candle, and I use this because it shows me where price made its final decision before the last session ended. Think of it like the prior session closing battle zone. So that's what we use. That's the level already locked in from Friday's close. So there's no waiting on today's open to build it. I just wait for price to react to it. I know a lot of people, and I do it too. Sometimes we wait for the open range breakout, and I still use that, especially when there's a gap and depending on when I'm trying to find a level. But I've found in my uh, testing that this the PD15 has been working pretty well for me. So that's why I'm teaching it. So that's how I get my box. I wait for a price to break um, from break one side or the other, then come back and I don't get in right then. I wait for it to break, then I come back and retest that level, or it's going to retest the 8 EMA, which is my white line here, or the 21, which is the purple. Either pull back and test and hold is considered a good trade for me. If he holds there and then goes back with volume in the direction that it broke, that's my entry, and that's when I get in and wait for it to hit my levels. So that's the quick breakdown of it. So here's the key levels for today. Let me go back to the extended version so we can see what's really happening in pre-market. Um, but here are my levels today. My box, as we said, is at the top is 306.10. The bottom is 305. The low is 305.53. Um, this still my break and retest level. Again, as I just talked to you, it looks like the price in pre-market is respecting the 8 and the 21 EMA. So the pullback could be here on opening. But with, like I said, we don't guess. We wait for the market and price to tell us what it's going to do. Um, but I get my levels based off of where price closed, which on Friday it closed at 305.93, and we use the daily ATR of Apple, which right now is sitting at $8.22, and then we just do the math of doing the levels from there. We take 38.2. We use Fibonacci line percentages like the 38.2%, 61.8%, and then 100% of the ATR. So if you add that up, if you see it's like $8.22 from 305.93, it should get you around that 314.15 for calls going up. And I take the then I do for puts, I take that same $8.22 and I subtract it from 305.93, and that's give me my around 297.71. And then you just take 61.8%, 38.2%. I know it sounds like it's a lot of complicate. It's a lot complicated, but if you use a calculator, or another way you can do is we can also look at the hour, and you see what price has touched. If you look, we can see how prices uh, reacted to these levels as well. So you can do it based off of where prices previously acted reacted to it heavily, then had a couple of touches. So after you get your 100% um, levels, go go to the hour. And the reason I say hour because it's a stronger move. It's a stronger um, indication of where price is going to react. So, and that's so you can use that as well. But if you have any problems, please just drop me a comment, and I'll try to break it down even more, even cleaner, even clearer. Like I said, I want to make sure that we understand, trying to break this down even simpler, so people can, so my community can understand and have a plan. So let's get back to it. So we'll go back to the 15. So my bullish, let me get you out of here from the bullish. I'm looking for at the break and retest either the my AMA level with, and I usually go down to the 2 minute to help me get my entry. So basically what I'm looking for is for price to either come back down on the 2 minute to test my PD high, and then go back up in the same direction with volume, and that will be my entry. My stop loss will be on the other side of the retest. So, and if it doesn't come all the way down here and it keeps shooting up, then I use the 8 EMA or the 21 with volume. So my first target at that point will be 309.07. And then if it keeps going, I would trim some of my contracts here, and then hold a runner to, maybe if we keep going, because we never know what Apple's going to do. But if it keeps going, my second take profit is 311.01, and if it does the full take profit, we're looking at 314.15. That's for my bullish plan. Bearish plan is basically the opposite. If it comes down here and break and retest the PD low, which is 305.53, and then continue in the same direction, then I'm looking at my first take profit at 302.79. We'll trim some of the contracts there, and then I'm going to 385. And if it does, the full take profit is full ATR. We're looking at 297.71. Um, but as always, and same things, my stop loss is on the other side of my entry, and if it stays inside of here, inside of my box, or my levels, the 306.10 and 305.53, that's a no trade for me today. I don't and no trade sometimes, like I told you, no trade is sometimes your best trade ever, because we out here trying to keep money and not give it back to the market. Um, but I wanted to also put this out here. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my for educational purposes only. This is my opinion on how I trade and what I do. So use your own risk um, tolerance, because with any trading you can lose money. So I want y'all to trade, be disciplined enough to do your research, and 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 let me know how this how what works for you. So that's the plan. That's the plan today. The plan today is simple. Apple is already above the box, as we see here. It's trading right now 307.15. I want to see it hold 306.10 and retest before I trust the move. Below 305.53 changes the story completely. If this helped, Hit the like button, subscribe, share this with a trader who needs a real plan before the bell. And as always, this is You Got Options. Study the levels, wait for agreement, trade with discipline. Y'all have a great trading day. God bless.